Welcome to Jay's Daily Pre-Market Briefing for Wednesday, March the 28th, 2018. Starting off with the Nasdaq. Nasdaq doing what we expected it to do in terms of once it got back below that quadruple six. Wasn't really expecting it to go down that far yesterday. We didn't quite make it to 68.72. That was our expectation. We were actually around that 67, 68 area, if you recall, and then we had the small arrows pointing to the next levels to be watching. Obviously, it's gone much further than that through this very important zone, quadruple six quarter to 65.60 3/4. So that is the key. We did touch the minor level 64.95.50. So we're back in this area. For me, this would be a no-go zone. I'd wait until we come back below 65, 60, 75, or a retest of the quadruple six quarter before initiating the short side. If we do get back above quadruple six quarter, then obviously we'd have a bigger retracement in play, which I think would actually, in that case, take us all the way back up to 68.72. But once we get back below 65, 60, 75, look for further downside action, most likely first going to the 64, 65 area, and then ultimately down to 62, 61. But for today, watch to the downside, 64, 65, 63, 69 quarter, and 28 for today. If it really gets going like it did yesterday, well, then obviously that 62.61 would be in play on the Nasdaq. Moving over to crude oil. Crude oil did make almost two attempts. One attempt, 66.46. Second attempt, didn't quite get there yesterday. And now we're doing the retracement. So now that we're back below 65.90 and 64.96, I'd be looking for shorts below that 64.96. And with the anticipated break of 64.30 going down to 63.22. So for today, or 62.82, pardon me. So for today, to the downside, look for 64.30 and then continuing below that down to 63. If we are to do a retracement, I think the most we'd probably get would be 65.90. If we do go beyond 65.90, then I think we're looking for the breakout probably to the mid-67s. Moving along to the Bitcoin futures market. Bitcoin not doing much yesterday. However, another close below that 8,400 level. Looks like we're going to continue down. It's been a little bit slower yesterday and some pretty tight ranges, but the ranges seem to be expanding now. So I'm expecting Bitcoin to continue down. As we discussed previously, 58.15. I think for today you got to be watching the 7,000 level, and then beyond that it should go down to our anticipated targets. Unless we get back above 84, then look for a retest of the 91.40 to 95.55 zone, and if it gets above 95.55, then you can look to initiate longs, anticipating 11.375 and 12.245. Looking at gold. Gold continuing to find a bid here. I would be looking for gold to get up to that 1354.6 again today, and if it doesn't, then you can look for a break of the 1342.7. That's the key support right now, that little minor zone there, 1342.7 to 44.6. And so for today, look for a potential retest of that area. However, I think what we're actually going to do is go up to 54.6 again and beyond, as we suggested in the previous video. So watch those key levels for today, 54.6 as well as 1344.6 to 42.7. And finally, moving on to YM. YM, a little bit similar to the Nasdaq, coming into a key area. However, the YM still no close. We have 3 bars with no close into that 23.827 to 618 zone. So that's the key support. It did go down to that 23,827 as we expected. So as long as we stay above that zone, I would actually be looking to the upside on the Dow, first and foremost, to the 124 for a retest. If it gets beyond that, then you can be looking for higher up numbers like high 24,000s. However, if we get below the 23,618, then we're looking probably at least 23,231 to 22,985, and then beyond that there'll be much deeper, further retracements to the downside on the Dow. But for today, 24,124, that's probably the number to look at. And then to the downside, 23,618, that's the key level to break for continued larger movements to the downside. So that's your daily pre-market briefing for Wednesday, March 28th, 2018. Trade well, control risk, and we'll see you tomorrow.